TIFU by letting the kids swear while I babysit. Now I'm about to start a war. Today I got a phone call from the mom I was babysitting for. I know this seems like nothing compared to your guys' stories, but to me, I feel like I royally FKED up. On Saturday, November 11th, I was asked to babysit Marlene's fake name, 3 kids, Jack, Ethan, and Sarah, also fake names, for the night to the afternoon. I said sure because I babysat for them before and they really like me, and I was the only one that would take on the job, as Marlene's kids are known to scare off babysitters. Before I met the kids, I never actually had experience with kids other than taking care of my younger siblings, and kids just happens to like me the moment they see me. And I thought, it's only for a few hours, and if they don't like me, I won't get called again. Before I went to Marlene's house, my mom and her friends told me to be careful as her kids are known to be vulgar and perverted. And I told them, it's fine, or, I got this, with a smile on my face. As I got to Marlene's house, she told me the rules. 1. The kids are not allowed to swear. 2. Don't destroy the house. And I was fine by that. She also told me that Ethan has anxiety around new people, and I said it's okay, I got this. Well, I spent all day sumo wrestling them and throwing them around like rag dolls. Don't worry, I threw them on the couch and the floor has a carpet. As they tag-teamed and tried to take me down, they had fun and so did I. And by the time 12 p.m. came, they were on the floors passed out. And then I got paid and went home. Well, they absolutely loved me because I'm considered as the only babysitter that would actually play with them and not spend all day on my phone. And so I got the overnight gig. So I had somewhat made schedule, like 26 p.m. is playtime and then supper. Then it's playtime 710 to 30, and hopefully by 11 they would be in their beds asleep. Well, while I was playing with them, they asked if they could say the B word, and I said sure, but only once. So they started swearing at each other, calling each other names and swearing like a sailor. I didn't do nothing because they told me they always swore and their mom didn't care. So we played and they swore all night till the afternoon. I got paid and I went home. But now Marlene's boyfriend called and he wants me to call Marlene back so we could have a discussion about the kids swearing. I kinda don't want to call Marlene and completely take the blame, as her kids were devil spawns. I also want to ask my mom for an opinion. But my mom is batshit crazy. She would cancel her friendship with Marlene just to beat her senseless for accusing her angel of an awful crime. My mom is a Karen. But I also don't want to ghost Marlene, as I'm afraid that she'll come to my work just to berate me, causing drama. I need advice. Should I just take the blame and maybe prevent conflict, or should I talk to my mom about it? What do you think? TL. Dear, I'm a really sty babysitter and I think I'm about to cause a conflict between my mom and Marlene. Edit update. I apologized and she said it's fine, but was wondering which kid said the F word. I didn't tell my mom about the situation, as she would either kill Marlene or not. I can't understand my mom. It's like I can't tell her anything without her getting all riled up and go on a killing spree. But thanks for the advice. Clearly I'm not meant for babysitting. I think I'm gonna stick to my art career or something. When the mom told you the kids aren't allowed to swear, but the kids told you the mom was fine with them doing it, why did you believe the kids instead of mom? This is a really strange situation all around. You shouldn't have let them swear. My mom says it's okay, is like the oldest lie on the planet, told by kids who know full well they're not allowed to do something. Also, you knew that was a lie since Marlene explicitly told you not to let them swear. But you're also just their occasional babysitter. You've watched them only twice, right? If I were Marlene, I simply wouldn't hire you again. Or I'd hire you and ask you to please adhere to the rules going forward. I don't see why Marlene feels that a discussion with you is warranted. Obviously, you broke the rule. The kids went nuts. And that's that. There's no further insight she needs from you. Now this is her issue to deal with as the kid's mom. You're not involved in her kids' behavioral issues. And if Marlene is the type of person who would actually show up to your job to berate you, I would definitely suggest cutting contact with her and declining to babysit her kids if she asks. You don't need that kind of person in your space. You let the kids break one of the only 2 rules set for them? And they literally asked you before they did it? Yeah, this is on you. It isn't like they were being uncontrollable and doing it despite you asking them not to. They literally tested you and you unfortunately failed. Talk to the mom and hear what she has to say, because she probably wants your side of the story and deserves it. She probably doesn't want to lose you as a sitter, but can't believe you would use that kind of judgment. Whatever the case, just use this as a learning experience to take rules seriously. I hope it works out for you. Just tell Marlene the truth. You broke one of only 2 house rules the mom gave you. But sounds like you had fun. Call the mom. Tell her what happened and that it was your mistake. In life, you have to own and take responsibility for your mistakes. And try to make them right. So apologize. Tell her you enjoyed the kids and you had fun. If you'd like to keep the gig, tell her so and say, can we come up with a way to ensure this won't happen again? If she hires you again, talk to her about appropriate punishments for swearing. But realistically, you should probably just have a notepad and write each kid's name and keep a swear log. And let mom deal with handing out consequences. The minute the little animals see that you're keeping track, they'll stop. Funny, my 8-year-old granddaughter goes to Catholic school. My ex, her grandma, and my daughter, her mom, are pretty tough about language. But when she comes over here, it's butthole all day. It's her favorite word. Sometimes when she's dropped off, the car pulls away and she falls to her knees and sings, butthole, butthole, butthole. It's her release. It's the living symbol that things are a little looser over here. And it's funny as hell. She's a reasonable child. She understands that when you're nice and not snotty, that the whole house feels happy and good. She's my partner in crime and we have a crazy, deep bond. So a little butthole is fine with me. Sounds like for the kids you sit for. They're looking for a release from control. Set limits and stick to them. Hell, bring a karaoke machine and let them cut loose in a more wholesome way. Lol, you are fine. Just don't listen to kids when they are obviously lying. They like to push boundaries like that. All part of growing up. I'm afraid that she'll come to my work just to berate me, causing drama. If she would really do this, she is the problem, bar none. I still remember being like 5 years old and telling my babysitter I was allowed to climb on the walls. I had a great night until I heard my parents get home as I was lying in bed, awake, and I realized in a cold flash of panic that she was going to talk to my parents. Whoops. This kind of reminds me of the last time I babysat as a teenager. First time sitting for them. I was told bedtime was 8:15 sharp. They begged to finish a TV show that was ending at 8:30. I thought, what could it hurt? I didn't hear the parents getting home at 8:20. Lesson learned, but they never asked me to babysit again. I mean, points for being a fun babysitter, but you were paid to supervise the kids and follow 2 rules. Really? You should apologize. Who told the parents that the kids were swearing? Did the swearing happen early in the day or in the after-supper hours? I'm sure they love that you roughhouse with them. But maybe after-supper part of the gig you guys play, do a cool-down game. Even a board game or silly dice game that is fast-paced. Sounds like their attention wanders. Can be good. And if they start swearing with a game, you get the added bonus of being like, hey guys, games should be fun with no sore losers or in-your-face winners. So let's use language that shows that. Quote, or could you have fun with silly bad words that you guys make up? Then they maybe get a chance to cut loose a little without being little assholes as silly or gross out words etc. tend to make kids and some adults giggle rather than using them nabbing. I'm an adult, so I'm allowed to write bad words in a caring manner. D. Call Marlene. Ask her how she keeps the kids from swearing, especially when they perform well, and ask to say one bad word as their reward. Mention that it seems like they only really want to swear because it's not allowed. And is there a strategy she prefers you to use? Obviously, you're completely opposed to any kind of physical consequence. But is there a timeout system she's had good results with? Is there a positive behavior she'd like you to reinforce as a replacement? With an incentive they value you can give them when you get the behavior you want? Basically, just call and be so professional and thoughtful. Marlene would rather chew her own leg off than lose this gift of God and Ann M. Martin that you clearly are. Also, my go-to for sweary kids is to teach them the parts of speech, otherwise known as teacher swears, or Mad Lib swears. For example, verb it all to noun. Adverbly verb it. This noun is verbed. Adjectivally. Quote, it has the advantage of providing all the emotional release of swearing while being both squeaky clean and greatly educational. For reals. You can just use the Grammar Rock videos from Schoolhouse Rock on YouTube to teach them the terms, while letting their imaginations do the heavy lifting on what they would be saying if they weren't being so very good. Also, it's really funny to listen to. I came up with it as a babysitter, age 17. But just today, a student of mine remarked, pronoun is adverbly verbing that noun. Miss Spidey. It's adjective, and the other kids were either laughing so hard at NY facial expression or so puzzled trying to figure out what in heck he meant that I was able to pass the classmate in question a Kleenex with nobody noticing. And the student who spoke passed the hand sanitizer and gave classmate a good-natured thumbs up. So it can be a very useful tactic to distract and protect others from bullies if they, for instance, forget how we handle a booger properly in the classroom. Might help a bit. Good luck. Marlene did only give you 2 rules. You already know the big secret to getting along with kids. Playing with them. Glad you made their night fun. I haven't babysat in years, but I always had the rule that we would break one non-safety rule per visit, and it would be our secret. Stay up 30 minutes late? Take outdoor showers with the hose? Cool. And then it'd tell the parents when they got home, but tell them it's a secret. That kinda feels like what you did. You just broke a bigger rule than you realized. Don't stress over it. I thought my name was Sparkle, damn it, when I started school, and my mother was thrilled when speech therapy finally taught my sister to say, shish. Different rules in different houses, and you sound like the type sitter I'd hire.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Heracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.